Ever wonder how some people just seem to effortlessly achieve incredible success?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's their secret?
Yeah.
What if I told you it's not about luck or some secret formula,
Yeah.
but a simple principle, a force multiplier that's been quietly driving achievements for centuries?
Interesting.
Today, we're diving deep into what's often called the eighth wonder of the world,
Mm-hmm.
a principle so powerful it's considered one of the cornerstones of a $100 million mindset.
Yeah, it's fascinating how this principle kind of operates behind the scenes,
Yeah.
subtly shaping
Right.
outcomes across various aspects of life.
Okay, so let's cut to the chase.
Sure.
We're talking about compound interest.
Yes.
Typically, we think of it in financial terms,
Mm-hmm.
but its implications go far beyond just growing wealth.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Every small effort you make, every positive habit you build, every skill you hone,
Uh-huh.
it's like making a deposit into your success account. And just like with money in the bank, these deposits accrue interest, compounding over time to create something much larger than the initial sum of its parts.
So it's not just about the individual actions, but the accumulated effect they create.
Precisely. It's about understanding that consistency is key.
Right.
Even small, seemingly insignificant actions, when repeated consistently over time, can lead to extraordinary results.
So how does this actually play out in the real world?
Sure.
Beyond the theoretical, are there tangible examples of this principle in action?
Absolutely. Let's take the classic example of two individuals.
Great.
Imagine two people earning the same income.
Okay.
One spends their money freely, while the other consistently invests a portion, say $1,000 each month.
Right.
Fast forward a few decades, and the difference is staggering.
Wow.
The consistent investor could be looking at a portfolio worth millions, while the spender might have very little to show for their earnings.
That's a pretty stark contrast.
Yeah.
But it highlights the importance of playing the long game, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's about delaying gratification and understanding that the small sacrifices you make today can lead to exponential rewards down the line.
Yeah.
It's a mindset shift.
Okay.
Moving away from instant gratification and embracing the power of long-term thinking.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But let's move beyond just finances.
Okay.
How does this principle apply to, say, building a successful business?
Well, think of it this way. Every time you nurture a relationship, deliver a project on time, or go the extra mile for a client, you're essentially making a deposit into your business's success account. These deposits might seem small initially, but over time they compound to build a strong reputation, generate referrals, and create a brand people trust.
So it's like planting seeds.
Yeah.
Each positive interaction, each project well done, is a seed that has the potential to grow into something much bigger.
That's a great analogy.
Thanks.
It's not about chasing the next big deal.
Right.
It's about consistently cultivating a strong foundation of trust and reliability. It might feel slow at first, but remember, growth accelerates as these assets compound.
This is resonating with me. It's making me think about those early days of any project where the efforts might feel small, but they're actually laying the groundwork for future success.
Exactly. And this applies to everyone, whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out.
Right.
Even those small early efforts contribute to a bigger picture down the line.
So we've covered finances and business.
Uh-huh.
But what about a more personal aspect, our health? Can this principle of compounding play a role there as well?
Absolutely. In fact, applying this principle to your health might be one of the most impactful things you can do.
Wow.
It's about recognizing that the small choices we make each day,
Yeah.
what we eat, how much we move, how we manage stress,
Uh-huh.
all contribute to our overall well-being over time.
So it's not about drastic diets or intense workout regimes, but about creating sustainable, healthy habits.
Precisely. Imagine two people in their 70s. One consistently made healthy choices throughout their life, while the other consistently indulged in unhealthy habits. The difference in their energy, vitality, and even how they age would be significant.
That's a powerful visual.
Yeah.
It's like the daily choices are the building blocks, and the compounded result is a healthier, more vibrant life.
Exactly. Each healthy meal, each walk, each good night's sleep,
Yeah.
they might seem insignificant on their own,
Right.
but their cumulative effect over a lifetime is immense.
So instead of seeking quick fixes or fad diets, We should be focusing on building a foundation of healthy habits that compound over time.
Precisely. It's about making those consistent deposits into your health bank account, knowing that they'll yield incredible returns in the long run.
This is fascinating. We've seen how this principle, often associated with financial growth, actually permeates almost every aspect of life.
Indeed. And what's truly remarkable is that this principle is accessible to everyone.
Right.
It's not about your background, your resources, or even your current situation.
Yeah.
It's about making a conscious decision to embrace the power of compounding and start making those small, consistent deposits towards a future you desire.
So it's not about waiting for some grand opportunity or overnight success,
Yeah.
but about consistently taking action, no matter how small, and trusting in the process.
Exactly. Because remember, even small steps forward, taken consistently, can lead to destinations you might never have thought possible.
This has really shifted my perspective.
Mhm.
But how do we actually translate this knowledge into tangible actions? How do we start making those consistent deposits in our lives?
That's where things get really interesting. Well, it all starts with identifying what truly matters to you. What are
Okay.
your goals, your aspirations, the things you want to achieve in life? Once you have a clear vision of where you want to go, you can start breaking it down
Yeah.
into smaller, manageable steps.
So instead of getting overwhelmed by like the enormity of a goal,
Right.
you're saying we should focus on those smaller, consistent actions that will ultimately lead us there.
Exactly. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You don't reach the summit in one giant leap.
Right.
You get there by taking one step at a time, consistently and persistently.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
But let's get practical.
Sure.
How do we identify those small steps, those consistent actions that will make the most impact?
It requires a bit of introspection and self-awareness.
Okay.
What are the small habits, the daily practices that, if done consistently, would move you closer to your goals? Maybe it's dedicating 30 minutes each day to learning a new skill,
Right.
setting aside a small amount of money for investment, or simply taking a daily walk for your health.
So it's about finding those small, sustainable actions that align with our goals and then committing to them consistently.
Right.
But what about those days when motivation wanes?
Yeah.
When it's harder to stay on track?
Sure.
How do we maintain that consistency over the long haul?
That's where discipline comes in.
Yeah.
Discipline is the bridge between knowing what to do and actually doing it consistently. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it.
Right.
Understanding that those small, consistent efforts are what truly matter in the long run.
Discipline can be tough, though.
It can be, yeah.
Are there any strategies or tools that can help us strengthen our discipline muscle?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One powerful technique is what's called habit stacking.
Habit stacking.
Yeah. It's about linking a new habit to an existing one.
Okay.
For example, if you already have a habit of drinking coffee every morning,
Yeah.
you could stack a new habit, like reading for 10 minutes, immediately after finishing your coffee.
So you're essentially using the momentum of an existing habit
Right.
to make it easier to adopt a new one.
Precisely. It's about leveraging existing routines to your advantage,
Right.
making it less about willpower and more about creating a system that supports your goals.
This is really insightful.
Yeah.
It's making me rethink how I approach habit formation. Instead of trying to overhaul everything at once, it's about finding those small, strategic changes
Yeah.
that I can integrate into my existing routine.
And remember, progress, not perfection, is the key.
Okay.
There will be days when you miss a step or fall short.
Sure.
The important thing is to not let those setbacks derail your progress.
Right.
Get back on track as soon as possible and keep moving forward.
So it's about embracing those imperfections, those inevitable setbacks as part of the process.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
There will be ups and downs, but as long as you keep moving forward, those consistent efforts will compound over time.
This has been incredibly eye-opening.
Good.
But you mentioned earlier that this principle is one of the foundations of a $100 million mindset.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Sure.
What's the connection?
Well, think about the qualities we've been discussing.
Uh-huh.
Patience, discipline, long-term vision, a willingness to delay gratification.
Yeah.
These are all hallmarks of successful entrepreneurs and individuals who achieve extraordinary things.
So it's not just about the money itself, but the mindset that allows someone to achieve that level of success.
Exactly. Individuals who achieve significant financial success rarely do so through overnight windfalls or get-rich-quick schemes.
Right.
It's about understanding the power of compounding, making smart investments, and consistently building value over time.
It's about playing the long game, not just in finance, but in every aspect of life.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that success is a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
It's about consistently making those deposits,
Yeah.
those small efforts that compound over time, and trusting that they'll ultimately lead to extraordinary results.
This is making me wonder,
Yeah.
what if we applied this principle beyond just our personal goals?
Mm.
What if we focused on making those small, consistent contributions to our communities, to the
Right.
world around us?
That's a powerful idea.
Yeah.
Imagine the ripple effect if everyone adopted this mindset.
It's like the concept of paying it forward,
Right.
but with a focus on consistency and long-term impact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about shifting our focus from what can I get to what can I give. Understanding that those small acts of kindness, those moments of generosity, those efforts to make a difference,
Mhm.
no matter how small, can also compound over time.
And creating a more positive and impactful world in the process.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected
Yeah.
and that our actions, even the seemingly insignificant ones, can have a ripple effect far beyond what we can imagine.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
Good.
I'm feeling inspired to not only apply this principle to my own life, but to also think about how I can contribute to a more positive and impactful world through
Right.
those small, consistent actions.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And remember, it doesn't have to be grand gestures.
Right.
It's about those small, consistent efforts, those daily deposits that truly make a difference over time.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question. What small, consistent action can you take today in any area of your life that will set this principle into motion? It could be as simple as committing to reading for 15 minutes a day,
Right.
investing a small amount of money each month,
Uh-huh.
or taking a daily walk.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not about the size of the action, but the consistency with which you take it.
It's about recognizing that we all have the power to create positive change, not just in our own lives, but in the world around us.
Yeah.
And it starts with those small, consistent actions,
Right.
those daily deposits that compound over time.
So let this be a call to action for all of us.
Yes.
Let's embrace the power of the eighth wonder of the world, the principle of compounding.
Absolutely.
Let's commit to those small, consistent actions that will lead us to a richer, healthier, and more fulfilling future for ourselves and for the world around us.
Because remember, just as a single snowflake can trigger an avalanche, a small, consistent action repeated over time can set in motion a cascade of positive change.
So what will your snowflake be? What action will you take today to start harnessing the power of compounding in your own life? That's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.